I'm calling this the good, the bad, and the ugly of cosmetic procedures. Isn't that a perfect title for cosmetic procedures? Ugly, right? As you can see, this is a very real one being done in my kitchen. And this is my 70-year-old, very firm skin and face, because I have been doing Thermage and M-Face and Axillis and a whole bunch of stuff. And that's the good, by the way. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in less than 5 minutes. So let's start with the ugly. So the ugly part of this business is cool sculpting. And I don't care, let them sue me. Google search cool sculpting, paradoxical hyperplasia, or adverse event cool sculpting. Look up Linda Evangelista. She claims she was disfigured and they gave her $50 million. Well, we don't know that they gave her $50 million, but she sued them for $50 million and the case has been closed or settled. We never offered cool sculpting because day one, it said that there was a chance of paradoxical hyperplasia, which is when your fat cells, it's the opposite, a paradox. Your fat cells multiply like crazy, and then you have to have them they get hard as a rock. You wait a year and you get them surgically removed. Isn't that a lovely side effect? And then, of course, you'll be all lumpy and everything, which is what happened to her. And unfortunately, she did it in multiple places, including under her chin, as well as multiple body parts. So she was really destroyed. What else is ugly? Med spas are ugly. I've heard stories where using simple devices like the M-Sculpt, which everyone thinks is so safe because it's all over social media, people doing their abs. Well, the new one has heat as well, so it's more effective and it tightens the skin at the same time as creating the 20,000 crunches. Well, the morons had their little the button on the jeans inverted, so they gave someone a 3rd-degree burn. That's also ugly. Another med spa actually put it on someone with a pacemaker. They could have literally caused a heart attack and killed that person. So yes, there are certain procedures that are, somewhat, you would think anyone could do it, but not so much. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Danielle about this recently, and she said, people come to us and they say that they can withstand the treatment with us, but they couldn't at the other place. Well, it's the placement of the device. I remember when I first went there, if you put the device too close to your diaphragm, it hurts. I couldn't even take it. And by the way, that's the way the manufacturer recommends where to place it. So even the manufacturer is wrong. But see, the manufacturer, they merely get the FDA approval. It's up to us doctors. Once it gets out to 10,000 doctors, we figure out what the best protocols are. So what's the good, the bad, and the ugly? So I was telling friends recently they wanted to come to New York and do the procedure with us. And I said, yes, if it's Thermage, because it is operated at a very high temperature. But if you're just going to do, what can you do safely in your own neck of the woods? I like M-Face because you're doing the muscles on the face. You're getting a little bit of adding collagen. You're tightening the muscles and everything. So I think that's safe to do in your location. And again, this is a public service announcement, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not selling anything here. Sure, if you love us, come to us, but you'll figure that out on your own. What else should I recommend? I love silk peel. I think silk peel obviously is nothing. You're brushing, unlike microdermabrasion, anyone who's done that is like getting sandblasted. It's gross, it's dirty, it's a mess. Silk peel, it's a diamond brush. And at the same time, there's like 3 or 4 different solutions. There's a clarifying solution. There's a vitamin infusion, which to me is just brilliant and magical. I even have a beautiful before and after book after a series of silk peel treatments. Silk peel is so nice. We call it the black tie facial. You can go straight out to an event after it. What else is ugly about non-surgical cosmetics? Taking financing. We're probably the only place in all of New York that doesn't take financing. I go to all the seminars because I want to keep up on the latest equipment, and every doctor comes up to me and says, you're not taking financing. You could be doing 30% more work. Well, I'm sorry. You, as every other human being on the planet, loses collagen every day of your life. I in no way am going to put someone into a 7-year contract to pay off something that you're going to want to repeat in a year or two. That lacks integrity. Now, I know I shouldn't be making your decisions for you. If you want to spend your life savings on a cosmetic procedure and go into a long-term debt, I guess that's your call. But we're not going to do that for you. It's just not right. It's wrong. It's that simple. You have credit cards, you have other means of debt. If you're literally taking on yet an additional long-term contract for a short-term procedure that's wrong. And again, I'm just saying it because we're trying to have a little bit of integrity here. It's like, you know what? It's like going to the gym. People say, how often do I have to repeat the M sculpt? Now, you can, by the way, just to be clear, you can put it on the front of your stomach, the front of your abs. Some people didn't bother with the one for the flanks because that cost another 30 grand. On top of the 250 or 350, I'll lose track of some of these devices, how much they cost. So we can do your flanks, we can do your outer thighs, your inner thighs, the front of the thighs, the back of the thighs. And then ironically, most people don't even know the same company that makes M-Sculpt makes a device called Exilis, E-X-I-L-I-S. Ironically, we brought their first device to the United States in 2009. M-Sculpt didn't even come out till 2018. So no one has more experience with that company than us. So the Exilis is ultrasound and radio frequency for fat, handheld, anywhere on the body. You should see the magical results when you combine M-Sculpt with Exilis. Thermage, we've been doing Thermage skin tightening since 2007. And again, Thermage skin tightening is fabulous, but it has to be in the hands of a really experienced provider because you do not get any results until you hit 44 Celsius, and it's a very high temperature, and you better be a very experienced technician. So there's a plethora of things you can do from head to toe, whether it's skin tightening, whether it's making muscles, whether it's melting fat, and don't forget, we can destroy cellulite. So a very interesting thing happened in 2010. We got a call from the president of BTL, that's the people who make Exilis and M-Sculpt, after bringing their device to the United States in 2009. He said, I know you guys do a lot of body work. He said, we have a physical therapy machine called acoustic wave, and it hits the fibers to help the muscles heal more quickly. Apparently, the same fiber mesh that should be holding back the fat is literally the cause of cellulite. So those cellulite on these women are disappearing, and they're begging to be continued to be treated. So he said, can you please take the machine and do some research for us? And we did. We took the physical therapy machine called acoustic wave, and we tested it out on everyone who had cellulite, and it was phenomenal results, better than what we were using at the time, which was the Thermage with the CL tip. So acoustic wave alone is better for cellulite. Fast forward to 2020, they added radio frequency to the acoustic wave, rebranded it M-Tone, and so it's skin tightening and cellulite. So of course we took the first one in New York, and they authorized us to train other doctors. And then finally, last but not least, is carboxytherapy for stretch marks. Carboxytherapy, some of you know microneedling, where you just break something up with a needle. Think of it as microneedling on steroids. So when you break up the stretch mark with the needle, and then you inject a drop of CO2 gas, that forces the body to bring in oxygen and get rid of the CO2. So you've got increased circulation in addition to breaking up the stretch mark, and that's just magical. So anyway, that's just a quick little primer. Just to remember, stay away from cool sculpting. Like I said, I'd be so retired if I was doing it. 17 years of cool sculpting at $1 million a year. Oh my God, I'd have 17 million in the bank. But no can do. It's wrong. I talked to a lady a couple months ago. She said, oh my God, I got that. Most people's, I answered 17,000 phone calls, 3 a day for 17 years. And most people that I speak to say they got no results. Some people say they got more loose skin. I said, well, at least you didn't get paradoxical hyperplasia. She goes, I did. She goes, it was more painful than childbirth. It was hard as a rock. I had to wait a year to get it removed. So stay away from cool sculpting. Stay away from med spas. Go to a doctor's office. There's plenty of them. You don't have to come to us. That has a lot of experience. If you want absolute privacy, you can come to us. We're in a residential building, no name whatsoever, not even on the door. People next door to us don't even know what we do in the same building. What else can we tell you? I guess that's about it. It's your body, it's your face. Take a couple of in-person consultations. See if you feel comfortable at the place you're going to. Can people answer questions? I mean, I cold call my competitors every once in a while, see what they're charging, what they're doing. They don't even have any clue what they even have to offer. It's kind of funny. And beware of anyone who tells you, ooh, we combine this and this at our sale. That is the most, oh God, I can't curse. The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. I mean, if someone has like cellulite, stretch marks, loose skin, and fat, maybe we'll start with carboxytherapy, get rid of the stretch marks, and then we'll see how much fat and cellulite disappears before we go on to the next treatment. To say that you can pick your own procedure or combination of procedures is a joke. I mean, unless you've treated 10,000 people yourself and you know what's the possible outcomes are. Anyway, I've made this way too long. I just wanted to do a quickie. Feel free to call us. You can call me anytime. We are a concierge kind of service. We answer the phones 24/7. And that's the way it should be. It is your face. It is your body. It's a lot of money. And people should be taking care of you properly in a proper doctor's office. Thank you for listening. Bye.